Fool Us, a show that gives the world's greatest magicians the chance of a lifetime to fool 2 Las Vegas legends and take home the treasured Fool Us trophy. Only one thing stands in their way. Well, actually, 2 things. Penn and Teller. Teller are ready to rock, and so is tonight's first act. Let's meet them right now.
We are Ramó and Alegría. We are from Spain, and we are so happy to be back.
La última vez nos hiciste parecer tontos. This time, we are here to win with my trick.
Pero tu truco no es original.
It's an incredible trick.
Pero, óyeme una cosa, si es un clásico, lo van a conocer seguro.
¿No es verdad?
Sí.
No.
¿Tú sabes cuánta gente hace trucos como este?
Me da igual. Les va a petar la cabeza.
Alegría has been doing therapy. I think it's helping. We work better as a team now. She even made me pancakes the other day. They weren't bad. I think Alegría is trying to be especially nice to me. ¿Pero tú sabes cuántos trucos con paraguas y cajas hay en la magia? Pero si hasta Houdini pensaría que es un truco viejo.
I made some changes. Just for make it better. I guarantee it will kill.
From Spain, please welcome the always feisty Ramó and Alegría. often does he get hurt in your acts? Oh, here he comes. Okay. He's okay, everyone. Come on over here and join us, Ramó. We were getting worried about you.
I don't know. I'm just trying not to die in the stage.
Is there a story behind this act that we might not have recognized?
Yeah, try.
It's like the girls on the magic, always.
I'm following you.
Always in the back,
Yeah.
always in the shadow.
And now she's in charge.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's
so
like
this
a
is a bit of
revenge.
revenge in this act. Got it. Okay, Ramó and Alegría, it looks like the boys are ready. Let's go and see if you fooled them. Penn and Teller?
Ramó and Alegría, good to see you again. And I just want to tell you, and I mean this, you can look for 50 years all over the world, and you will not find a better stage magic routine than this. This is the best stage illusion ever. It's just funny, and it's just terrific, and so difficult. We sit here all the time with people, often from Spain, who do incredible card tricks, incredible coin tricks, and we talk about how difficult that is and the practice of that. And we're right, it really is. But this is harder, because it's just harder to hide a human being than it is to hide a card in your hand. You're doing this incredibly difficult illusion stuff, and you then have this comedy overlay that's just absolutely perfect. So I can go on and on saying good stuff, and here's the moment where I'm gonna need therapy because my self-loathing will be so overwhelming. After saying all this good stuff about you, we then have to say you didn't fool us. But we love you, and please, please come back every time you can.
Thank you.
Ramó and Alegría, everyone. You didn't fool them, but we sure enjoyed that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
Ramó and Alegría, everyone. Woo. Coming up, more magic tricks from the best magicians working today, including a trick by Penn and Teller in tonight's finale, so stay close, everyone. Welcome back. Stopping by to try to fool Penn and Teller is this next magician.
I was bullied as a kid. Made me feel powerless. So I know what drew me to magic. A magician makes things happen. There's this cool illusion of being the one in control. I've always liked that idea, and it kind of got me through some tough times. If I meet someone who's been bullied, I tell them things change and life definitely gets better.
So if you can use static to charge your phone, why settle for anything else?
And I guess that's a fooler.
I fooled Penn and Teller last time, and it was one of the great moments in my life. So much has changed since that moment. I now have a wife and a baby. I show my daughter magic sometimes just to see her fun reactions. Got a video of it on my phone. You want to see it? She seems fascinated by my Fool Us trophy, too, so I'd like to bring her another one. I want to fool Penn and Teller this time for her.
Please welcome the magic of Bryan Saint.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Brooke. Hey, Penn and Teller, I'm going to show all of you a trick that can only be done on TV. Cube. Mixed. 1 second. Solved. Don't get ahead of me. As I said, this is a trick that can only be done on TV. Some of you may have seen me do this trick on TV, and you're thinking, I remember seeing that trick. I don't remember being this disappointed. That's because if you saw me do this trick on TV, you don't remember seeing that cheap green folder. It was there, you just didn't see it. That's because with this very specific shade of green, this green folder was able to be used as a green screen. Now on TV, a green screen can be digitally replaced with anything, which is why it's one of the unwritten rules of Fool Us that you can't use a green screen in your act, because I could just replace it with anything I wanted. Solve cube, mix cube, Fool us trophy. Or I could replace it with nothing. Make it look like the table is empty. And that looks great when it's me and a TV camera. Not quite as effective when it's me, a TV camera, and a live Las Vegas audience. Because all of you see that green screen, so you assume that behind it, there must be a mixed up cube. Which there is. And if you assume there's a mixed up cube, you probably assume that all I'm doing is just switching cubes behind the screen. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm not switching cubes. Switching cubes isn't that practical anyway, because of what you see here, a solved cube and a mixed cube, you can only do the trick one time. The solved cube would start behind, the mixed cube would start out front. You can mix it more if you want, doesn't matter. It's never going to get solved. Then you'd put the mixed cube behind, you would make the switch, bring out the solved cube, and the trick would be over. Because if you're switching cubes, you can't mix the solved cube. But like I said, I'm not switching cubes. So what if I did mix up the solved cube? And what if I did the trick again? You see, a lot of you were really fooled for about 1 second. Because 1 second is all it took for most of you in this room to think, okay, he's using a third cube. All right, fine. But what if I did the trick again? You see, at this point, you're not thinking he's got a fourth cube. You're thinking, how many cubes does this fool have? And if I was switching cubes, it'd be a lot. Because I'd want to do the trick over and over again. The problem is I wouldn't actually be solving any cubes. I would always be switching for a solved cube. So doing the trick over and over again just ends up being a domino effect. This cube gets switched for cube 1, then cube 1 gets switched for cube 2 for cube 3, and so on. So at this point, you're not even impressed by the trick anymore. You're more impressed by my organizational skills. But you might be thinking, if I'm not switching cubes, can I do the trick without the green screen? Well, yeah. What is the easiest way to solve a cube on TV quickly without using a green screen? It's pretty simple. Just make yourself a green cube. Works the same way as a green screen. Every sticker is green, so you just digitally replace the stickers with anything you want. Solved cube, mixed cube, fool us trophy. 2 problems. Number 1, same live Las Vegas audience. And number 2, I'm guessing it's one of the unwritten rules of Fool Us that you can't use a green cube in your act. My problem is I can't solve a normal cube quickly without hiding it. So if I can't use the green screen, I have to use something else. I could use my coat, but this doesn't prove that I'm not switching cubes. It may prove that I'm some weirdo that likes to hide cubes all over my body. I want you to forget all that. Just for a second, I want all of you to put yourself in Penn and Teller's place. If this really is a normal cube, and I'm not switching, then what is happening behind this green folder right now that allows me to do this? Well, obviously I can't tell you, but I can tell you I'm not switching cubes.
What Bryan Saint, everyone? Wow, you had me on the hook the entire time. Were you one of those kids that could just crush the Rubik's Cube?
Absolutely not.
So how did this trick come to be?
This all came from a joke. There's a joke that I see a lot of magicians do when they're doing cube magic, and I always thought there was something more to the joke, that there was actually a really good trick, and turned into what you saw here.
What happens when tricks go wrong?
Oh, I prefer to have something go not according to plan in my real show. Years ago, I used to keep all my props in a case on stage when I would perform. That case fell behind me. Every prop I owned shot into the first 8 row of the audience like a tidal wave, and the crowd went crazy. And after the show, I had at least a dozen or so people come up and say, hey, we'd like to book you for our event, and we want to make sure that you do the case thing in our show.
They probably thought it was part of the act.
So yeah, they thought it was part, you know, and what's the worst that can happen? It can't be much worse than that.
It's a great attitude. Okay, Bryan, let's see if your cube magic mixed up Penn and Teller enough to get you a trophy.
Let's hope so.
All right, boys.
As the one who does most of the talking for Penn and Teller, I want to tell you, Bryan, I believe that's the best patter we've had on the show. That is the best script, the most beautifully delivered, just the timing and everything, just wonderful all the way through. A nice, clear concept people could understand, and then re-explained, and then expanded, and just beautifully put together. And if we were giving an award for patter, that would come down right now. But that's not what it is.
Okay.
We really think we have a good idea how you did it. But what we're saying to each other about how you did it feels half-assed. And even though we use logic to figure out how you did this, we just cannot figure out how you did it. So you fooled us.